The Porsche 911 is one of those rare machines that lives up to its legend. It has the kind of heritage most brands would kill for, a distinctive shape that barely changes from decade to decade, and an engine note that car lovers can identify with their eyes closed. But the moment you start shopping for a used 911, the truth becomes a lot more complicated. These cars are brilliant when they've been loved, serviced, and kept out of trouble. They can also become financial landmines when you buy the wrong example or underestimate the cost of ownership. Understanding where the pitfalls are and where the opportunities lie is the secret to buying a used 911 without getting burned. The first thing buyers discover is that the 911 world is divided into eras. The modern water-cooled era, which began with the 996 generation in the late 1990s, offers the best combination of performance, everyday drivability, and price accessibility. But that same era also introduced the infamous IMS bearing on certain engines. This small component, tucked inside the engine's timing system, has been responsible for some of the most expensive horror stories in used Porsche circles. When it fails, it doesn't simply trigger a warning light. It often destroys the engine outright, leaving owners facing rebuild costs that can run from $15,000 to over $20,000 depending on the extent of the damage and who does the work. Those numbers matter because you can still find early 2000s 996 Carreras on the used market for $22,000 to $30,000, which means a full engine repair can rival or even exceed the entire value of the car. That's why anyone considering a 1999 to 2008 model needs proof that the IMS has been addressed, replaced, upgraded, or verified safe. Cars with documented IMS solutions command higher prices for good reason. They may cost a few thousand more up front, but they save you from a financial disaster that can wipe out the value of the car in a single failure. Other issues, though less dramatic, appear frequently on older 911s. Oil leaks, coolant leaks, worn suspension bushings, tired shocks, air oil separators, water pumps, and aging ignition coils are all common service items. On a normal car, these repairs might not be a big deal. On a Porsche, even simple jobs cost more because the parts and labor are premium priced. A clutch job that might cost $700 on a regular sedan can easily run $1,800 to $3,000 on a 911. A full brake job on all four corners, rotors, pads, and labor can creep into the $2,000 to $3,500 range, which is genuinely more than what some people pay for an entire used Honda engine. Suspension refreshes often land in the $1,500 to $2,500 zone, and even a leaking water pump that would cost a few $100s on an ordinary car can cost close to $1,000 on a 911. And while the cars are engineered beautifully, that same engineering sometimes means that accessing certain components requires extra time and specialized labor, which is why what looks like a small job often becomes a four-figure repair on these cars. Price is the next reality check. Many people start searching for a used 911 with dreams of finding a bargain, but the market doesn't work that way. Older 996 Carreras can be found in the low to mid $20,000 range, depending on condition, mileage, and maintenance records. But the cars that fall on the cheaper side of that range usually need immediate mechanical attention. You can find well-maintained examples around $30,000 to $40,000, and those are often the safest entry point for first-time Porsche owners. Move up to the 997 generation, especially the updated 2009 to 2012 997.2 models, and prices climb sharply. These cars eliminated the problematic IMS, introduced stronger engines, and delivered some of the best driving experiences Porsche has ever built. Because of that, good examples routinely sell from the high $40,000 to well into the $70,000. Once you reach the 991 generation, the 2012 to 2019 cars, you're often looking at numbers starting in the $70,000 for clean Carreras and stretching past six figures for well-optioned S, GTS, Turbo, or special models. And the newest 992 generation barely shows any depreciation at all. The point is simple. The Porsche badge holds value better than almost anything else in its class. But the real truth about used 911 ownership has little to do with the sticker price. It's the cost of keeping the car happy. Annual maintenance alone can run from $1,000 to $2,000 for routine service at a Porsche specialist, and that's before anything breaks or wears out. Tires, which take a beating on a rear-engine performance car, aren't cheap. Neither are brakes. Suspension refreshes, coolant system work, or engine seals can each run several $1,000s depending on what needs attention. Owners who come from mainstream brands often get surprised by these figures, but the reality is that a 911 is a high-performance, precision-built sports car. It rewards you with one of the best driving sensations on the planet, but you have to pay for the privilege. That's why a pre-purchase inspection by a Porsche-savvy mechanic is the most important part of buying one. A good pre-purchase inspection will uncover everything the seller doesn't mention, including engine leaks, cylinder scoring on certain models, worn bushings, pending brake jobs, computer system faults, and service items that will soon need attention. Skipping a pre-purchase inspection is essentially asking the universe to hand you a 5-figure repair bill. The best used 911s are usually owned by people who kept meticulous records, saved every receipt, and serviced the car on schedule. Those cars cost more, but they're also the ones that deliver the least trouble. What makes the 911 such a fascinating used car, though, is that it becomes more reliable, not less, when properly maintained. A well-cared-for 996 or 997 can easily run past 150,000 miles. Turbo, GT3, and GTS trims often have even stronger engines and components, though they also cost more to maintain and repair. Porsche engineering, when backed by proper care, allows these cars to age gracefully. That's part of why the 911 has such a fiercely loyal owner base and such healthy resale values. Driving one is the other part. Even older Carreras have a way of making a simple trip feel special. The steering feels alive. The rear-engine balance gives the car a rhythm that no front-engine rival can copy. The flat-six sound, whether naturally aspirated or turbocharged, brings a sense of occasion every time you press the throttle. These qualities don't fade with age. They simply become more charming. And unlike many exotic sports cars, a 911 is usable every day. The visibility is good, the seats are comfortable, and the build quality is solid enough for long commutes or road trips. The real truth about used Porsche 911s is that they're not cars you buy with your heart alone. You actually buy them with your head, wallet, and research, and then you let your heart enjoy the reward. A well-bought 911 offers nearly unmatched driving pleasure, strong resale value, and surprising durability. A poorly bought one can turn ownership into an expensive, stressful mistake. The key is choosing the right example, respecting its maintenance needs, and going in with realistic expectations. If you approach the process with patience and the right information, a used Porsche 911 isn't just a sports car. It becomes one of the most special automotive experiences you can own. If you found the video useful, hit the like button to support us. Thank you.